Good morning. Welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11, or on Twitter you can find me at Razzle11Grinds. Taking a look at some pitching options for today, being Wednesday, April 26th. We have split slate here, 5 game day slate, and I believe an 8 game main slate this evening. So I'm going to try to look at some pitching on both slates. It's a little tougher on a 5 gamer. Can't really get too heavy into the fade category unless something really stands out. And unfortunately, right now, I don't really see a lot that stands out from a fade perspective. Uh, if I'm looking at a fade from the first 5 game slate of the day, man, I might fade Kenta Maeda. Um, I'm just not sure what to expect out of him coming back from getting hit with that line drive off the ankle. And he was already coming back from Tommy John, so I'm just not sure. His K numbers started out hot and then dropped drastically against the White Sox, and we know the White Sox aren't the greatest of offenses right now. I think if anybody's a fade on this first slate, it's probably going to be Maeda. You could make an argument to fade Domingo Herman. He did just strike out 11 against this Twins team, but there was obviously uh, a lot going on with that game. Baldelli was ejected based on the substance issue with Herman's hands. He was allowed to wash his hands and come back out. Uh, Huge issue, but either way, if you wanted to fade Herman thinking that he's going to come back down to earth, which he did in his start after the Twins, uh, I wouldn't blame you. I'm just not sure that I'm going to do that on a 5 game slate. I might need all the pitching I can get, but he's certainly an option for the fades because we're definitely going to be playing Freddie Peralta against Detroit, even though they got to Eric Lauer last night, which was annoying. But Peralta is far and away the top option on this slate. So looking at the rest of the pitchers, it's not really all that exciting of a slate from a pitcher standpoint. So let's switch some focus over to the main slate here. And as I look at my other monitor to get our DFS MLB weather station at DFS Army, it looks like most temperatures and everything are pretty average across the board. Slight rain chances in Atlanta, but nothing to be concerned about. Still somewhat cold in Chicago, cold in Cleveland. Uh, but aside from that, there isn't any massive spikes to pitching or hitting in any areas. So we can go strictly just off of matchups alone here, really. So digging into the main slate, it's an interesting situation because at the top we have Senga, who hasn't been all that sharp recently. A lot of walks, allowing home runs. I realize he is facing Washington, so he does get a boost there, but I might I'm not gonna fade fully, but I'm probably gonna go underweight on the field. I haven't looked at any projected ownerships or anything yet. But Senga for 10.6 just seems like somebody I'd want to go underweight on. Um, Similar with Alcantara, since his complete game shutout against the Twins, he's actually really struggled. Had his last turn in the rotation skipped. I'm not sure that he's healthy or right now, and obviously Atlanta is one of the top offenses in baseball. So this might be a spot where I just fade Alcantara at the top, and if he has a Cy Young Alcantara performance, so be it. I'll take my L on that one. But I think Alcantara is worth the fade this evening. Uh, the opposing pitcher in that game, Bryce Elder, is somebody I'm not going to be fading. May not have a huge ceiling or anything like an Alcantara or something, but he's been so good for Atlanta to begin the season. 3 of his 4 starts are 21 plus DK points. He is at his highest price point, which is a little annoying. But Miami has been without Luis Ariz over the last 3 games with a knee issue. They are striking out a ton in this series. I think we can get, a little better than a K per inning out of Elder in this spot. He feels like the best guy for me to spend up on tonight, which is kind of weird to say, considering he was 3K less than this at one point. But uh, heading to this Philly and Seattle matchup, I think we're gonna have to fade both pitchers. I'm not really a fan of Taiwan Walker. He has looked solid, but he's walking plenty of guys, not really striking out a lot. At 9,200, I just don't think he has the upside to come anywhere near what Elder is tonight. I'm a fan of Logan Gilbert, but having his start pushed back a day, dealing with spasms, I'm just not sure I want to jump on that. I'm gonna have to look more into the spot because he is somebody that definitely offers a plenty of upside with K numbers, and can be completely dominant. So if I use one of the guys from that game, it'll be Gilbert. But right now, I'm leaning towards not using him. Gonna scroll down a little bit. I think we can get away with using Desclafani. He wasn't sharp last time out. I, I don't mind picking on St. Louis right now. They aren't swinging it overly well. We know that San Francisco is a big ballpark. Oracle is huge, so we probably should see too many runs. I know the wind's blowing out, but the wind is always blowing out in San Francisco, and it doesn't really affect any of the game action. Um, Mackenzie Gore, I skipped over Waka. I think Waka is a perfectly fine option. The wind is blowing in at Wrigley, and it is going to be in the 40s, so warmer than last night, but still not really warm. Um, so Waka is certainly an option. He's not an exciting one by any means. Mackenzie Gore is somebody that I think could be good, but also he could struggle mightily. He has 4 walks in 3 of his 4 starts. I don't like pitchers that are walking guys. Um, I feel like walks are way up this year, but I just don't want starting pitchers that are walking guys because big innings happen. Huge negative numbers can happen from those big innings. So I think as much as I'm a fan of Mackenzie Gore, I don't know that I'm going to be going there against the Mets. Um, Patrick Sandoval is somebody that I will keep using, even though he keeps frustrating me, I guess to put it lightly. Uh, 6 walks last time out against the Yankees, 3 walks the time out before that against Boston. Only going 3 2/3 because he's just throwing a ton of balls. At some point, I expect him to figure it out, and I'm kind of hoping it's tonight against Oakland, but I'm not going to go overweight until I see it with him at this point. I think there's going to be guys like Steven Matz are going to carry some ownership and some discussion around the industry. We know that San Francisco has been pretty weak against left-handed pitching with high strikeout rates. The problem is, with Matz is there's walks. He's had 9 of them in his last 3 starts. He can allow quite a few hits too. There is strikeout upside, so there is the upside we want in the spot, and he is able to throw, over 100 pitches. He threw 110 against Pittsburgh, so there is that upside. But man, it's going to be tough to click his name. I'm gonna kind of pay attention to the industry and see what all the words are about him, and then kind of make a decision later in the day. Um, one last name I'm gonna bring up here is gonna be Andre Jackson. I don't, like at 4K. If you tell me he for sure is gonna pitch multiple innings, I'm interested. But Pittsburgh has been scoring runs. Gonsolin is not gonna take on a traditional opener, where we see the probable opener tag. He did make one minor league start throwing 57 pitches, going 3 innings. So We could see him go 4 innings and throw 60 to 65 pitches. If he does go 4 innings, I don't know if we see Jackson more than maybe 2 innings. So there's a lot of volatility to that, but at min price, it's an interesting concept to pair, with Elder, even though I don't think we're going to need to go that cheap on pitching. I just know that some people are going to bring up the possibility. So I thought I would mention it. But there we have it. Overall, it's not really the greatest day of pitching. There are some names that are intriguing, but it's not some guaranteed lock 'em in type plays. So, but yeah, if you enjoy what I'm bringing to you on a daily basis, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications as well. That way you are alerted every time, a video gets published. Basically every morning you'd get an alert about this video going live. And if you want to join us at DFS Army, I will put links in the description below. But you can join up using promo code RAZ. That gets you 10% off your monthly membership with us at DFS Army. And with that, as usual, best of luck, everybody.